Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
Hello, I'm Sky Keith and welcome to my channel. YouTube is the place to broadcast your message and brand your ideas. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Today we're going to talk about Every Vote Counts, Early Voter Landslide. We are in the middle of the most important presidential election of our lifetime. The outcome of this election will affect our lives and the lives of our families and communities across America more than any other time in history. What America has been through the past 4 years and the year 2020 is the reason voters are turning out in record numbers to choose between Republican Donald Trump and Democrat Joe Biden in the 2020 presidential election. Record number of 22 million Americans have already voted in the general election. The day has finally come. The arrival of my mail-in ballot. Let's open this ballot up and do some early voting. In this mail-in ballot, I have the official ballot for the general election, voter instructions, an official signature ballot envelope. Colorado has already seen a historical turnout of early voters, 24 times higher than those seen at this point in the 2016 presidential election. There are 3.6 million active registered voters in Colorado, and over 300,000 Coloradoans have already voted early and are still voting at record numbers. The breakdown by voter party affiliation is around 139,000 Democrats and 57,000 Republicans, and the rest are unaffiliated voters, which I'm an unaffiliated registered voter in Colorado. Coloradoans can register to vote at any time, including on Election Day. All you need is a Colorado driver's license or a valid ID.
One thing with me, the nice part, I went through it. Now they say I'm immune. I feel so powerful. I'll walk into that audience. I'll walk in there. I'll kiss everyone in that audience. I'll kiss the guys and the beautiful women and everybody. I'll just give you a big fat kiss.
With Trump in the White House, the U.S. government's response to the coronavirus pandemic is the worst in the world. More than 230,000 Americans are dead from the virus. More than 8 million have got infected, and the economy is in the Great Depression. Air Force One is crucial in his hopes for re-election in 2020, with millions of Americans without a job and thousands of Americans facing evictions. Yet Trump has spent $1.1 billion since July 2019. Now he's broke, and now he's spending our taxpayer dollars campaigning on Air Force One for political travel.
Will you accept a peaceful transfer of power? You have said repeatedly, the only way we lose this election is if it is rigged. Now, that is simply not true. The fact is either candidate can lose fair and square without ballot fraud. And so will you accept the results of the election?
That's the way I want it to be. But when I see thousands of ballots, right, unsolicited ballots being given out by the millions, and thousands of them are dumped in dumpsters, and when you see ballots with the name Trump, military ballots from our great military, and they're dumped in garbage cans.
That is a handful. We could go all night, which we won't, but we could go all night one by one, a single case, a single day. You're talking about 150 million votes. Your own FBI director says there is no evidence of widespread fraud.
Well, then he's not doing a very good job. All you have to do is pick up the papers every day. 50,000 in Ohio, the great state of Ohio. 50,000 in another location, I think North Carolina. 500,000 applications in Virginia. No, there's a tremendous problem. But let me just tell you, they talk about the peaceful transfer, right? They spied on my campaign and they got caught, and they spied heavily on my campaign, and they tried to take down a duly elected sitting president. And then they talk about, will you accept a peaceful transfer? And the answer is yes, I will. But I want it to be an honest election, and so does everybody else. When I see thousands of ballots dumped in a garbage can and they happen to have my name on it, I'm not happy about that.
But just those are there is in fact no evidence of widespread fraud, and you were sowing doubt about our democracy. How
can you say that? You do read newspapers.
I do.
You do watch the news.
Yes,
I know you read the news, but you watch it.
I do.
Because every day they're talking about ballots that are corrupt, that are fraudulent.
And millions that are being processed right now.
But you can win a race. Take a look at me. You can win a race by 1%.
So why are you laying the groundwork for that right now? It's like if I go play tennis with my husband and I say my ankle's hurting right now.
I don't want that to happen, Savannah. I want it to be clean.
Okay.
I really feel we're going to win. But I want this to be clean. But it's sort of ironic that you and them talk about the peaceful transfer when I spent 3.5 years fighting off these maniacs, and now it turns out, everything's there, that they were the ones that dealt with Russia. And it's too bad. But peaceful transfer, I absolutely want that. But ideally, I don't want to transfer because I want to win.
Trump outspending Americans' coronavirus stimulus money on his hopes for re-election. Spending $1.1 billion, and he's 17 points behind with 15 days till the election. That's some art of the deal. Some 57% of likely voters intend to vote for Biden, while just 40% say they will vote for the incumbent, President Trump. Get out and vote, America, and be sure to vote early because every vote counts.